Hello, my name is Mario Pizzacalla, and this is my sign name. While on YouTube, I came across a short film produced by Pixar. The title of the film is Birds on a Wire, for the birds. And this is my ASL adaptation of that film. Under a gentle rolling meadow, a blue sky stretches out, dressed with billowing clouds. Poles prop up telephone wires, which dip and rise from one post to the next, stretching out from one end of the meadow to the other. A little bird flying by spots the telephone wire. He eagerly makes his way for it, fluttering his wings as he comes in for a landing, and rests himself on the wire. He fluffs his feathers with something of an attitude and makes himself comfortable. Moments later, another bird unexpectedly lands beside him. Annoyed, he brushes the newcomer aside, who acquiesces and shuffles down for more room. Just then, another bird flutters in on his other side, crowding him yet again. And then another, and another, and another, flapping and fussing, pecking and pushing, squeaking and squawking, until the wire is lined with little birds tightly packed. Suddenly, they fall silent, all heads turned. They spot a tall, giant-beaked bird. The little birds exchanged glances. Again, their eyes turn to him. The feathers on his head stick up awkwardly as he sits on the post. He greets them with a goofy, yet cheerful wave of his wing. The others begin to snicker amongst themselves, making fun of his dopey appearance and imitating his goofy greeting, and eventually giving him the cold shoulder, shuffling away from him further down the wire. Suddenly, eyes wide, the little ones are terrified. The large, goofy bird would like to join them. Their eyes follow him as he flaps his giant wings, going up and then coming down, perching himself between them, in the middle of the line. As he lands, the wire bounces underneath them, eventually settling much lower than before, with his weight stretching it to a new low. The little birds on both sides of him slide down the wire towards him in the middle, squishing and squashing, mushing and mashing, beaks pressed and feathers flattened. Quite uncomfortable, the little ones are not particularly happy with this new arrangement, though the large bird is blissfully unaware. The little birds, now in a tight huddle on both sides, conspire to rid themselves of their unsolicited guest. One pecks at the feet of the big bird, who at first is hurt but otherwise pays it no mind and tries to hold on, to no avail. Holding on to the wire, he falls backward and finds himself balancing in the middle, dangling upside down, bouncing below the wire by his toes. His precarious grip catches the attention of the little ones, who with knowing looks again conspire to peck away at him, this time to see him fall to the ground. And so they all join in. And so he loses his grip, one toe at a time, until he's left with just one foot holding on, and the rest of him swinging like a pendulum. The pecking continues, toe after toe, until the very last one remains. With one last collective effort, they peck away at it. The wire has since stretched lower and lower under his weight like a bowstring being pulled taut, and suddenly, ping, The last toe slipped free, and the wire snaps upward like a slingshot. Whoosh! The wire catapults the little bird skyward, and black feathers fly in every direction. The giant bird meanwhile lands headfirst on the ground. He pulls himself up in a daze. Feathers flipped out, legs splayed. Then he notices a single black feather flutter down beside him. Then another, and another, and another, and he gives a couple gentle puffs and blows them away, confused, until thud. One of the little birds lands on the ground nearby, stunned. The large bird bursts out with laughter. "You're bald and pink," he says. The little one looks down at himself and shrieks with embarrassment and wraps himself with his wings. The large bird takes hold of a feather floating down in the air and hands it to the little one, who uses it to cover up, and then hides himself behind the large one. Then another featherless bird falls to the ground, and then another and another and another. The large bird laughs with delight at the sight of them, featherless. They scurry for cover, all hiding and peeking out from behind the big bird, who is standing there with his goofy grin, looking at the little ones, laughing with delight. And then he covers his eyes with his wing.